y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back for another review. This is my review for Ready to Love. This is season 3, episode 3. Child, I'm here with y'all in the nighttime, okay? Y'all know I don't like to film at night, but I had just watched it, and I was like, why not? I ain't got shit else to do. Let's just go ahead and make a review, right? Get this over with. So I can only have one to do tomorrow on my Saturday, but I'm just giving out information that y'all don't really care for. But anyway, let's get right into it. So the episode opens up with them all greeting Tommy, and it kind of stood out to me, and I'm mentioning this because it seems like they might be keeping the couple separated, because for some reason everybody looked excited to see each other. I'm like, y'all all on this resort, so is the women on one side, the men on another side? Like, I don't know. But anyway, that stood out to me. But anyway, it is Women's Week, so it's the women's choice to pick 2 men that are going to go home. So, you know, the pressure is on. Shit's about to really start to get real. Now, we see that Raymond is talking to Naya. She getting to know him. He mentioned that he is the oldest person there. He's 52. And might I say, he looks amazing for 52, baby. When I tell you black does not crack, he looks great. But they start talking about, you know, his situation. He mentioned that he's a musician. Thank God we didn't hear him name dropping Genuine the Tank's name. But yes, he's a musician. Not a musician. Girl, what? He's a musician, and he got 5 kids. Baby, as soon as she heard that he got 5 kids and a musician, she walked away like, I ain't got time for this shit. No, sir. No, thank you. Now, we also see that everybody's really starting to mingle, starting to getting to know each other. And we see that Jay and Joy are talking, and they're making their connection. Y'all, maybe we should do a game show, like a drinking game. Take a shot for every time I say connection, because I know that I'm going to say that a lot. Also, by the way, I am drinking as well, okay? A little Henny and Simply Raspberry Lemonade, my favorite go-to. It's Friday night, fuck you. So, yes, they're making a connection. That's twice. And Adriana and Rashid are talking. Of course, we already know how they feel about each other. They kind of got a little cheat sheet going on because they met each other beforehand. Adriana was saying that he looked like a tall drink of water and she thirsty. So we already know she got her eye on him super hard. And then we have Naya and KG. And they're talking. KG said that Naya really is not his type that he would usually go for. But he can't lie that the connection is there. The chemistry is there. So he's willing to explore that. He even asked her on a date. So they're going to go kayaking later on that week. And it's funny that both of them say that they're not their typical types. She wouldn't go for him. He wouldn't go for her usually. But they can't deny the chemistry. So we just gonna hop into their whole date situation. Now, they go on a kayak date, and Naya's body is everything. KG's body is everything as well. I think he is very handsome. I told y'all he looked like my pawpaw on the last one, and he does look like a dark-skinned pawpaw, but he's very attractive. He's a nice-looking man. They go kayaking. Naya said that she was excited because she hadn't went on a date in a long time. Same sis, okay, because, listen, it's been a while. When was my last date? Like last year? Was it last year? I think it was last year, for real. But anyway, I want to go on a date. Shit, I want to look cute. I want to get dressed. I want to go somewhere. I want to get to know somebody. But these niggas just don't be worth it, Lord. But she just said that she had to reassure herself that she is worthy of a date. There you go, sis. And KG said that he just really focused on getting to know the Neck and Naya. So they're vibing, they're talking. After they get done kayaking, they go and sit down. They have wine because Naya is into wine. They toast up, and while they're doing their toast, KG admits that he did want to kiss her, but he had to tell himself, honey, calm down, sir. We don't want to be too thirsty. I can appreciate a man who realizes that he doesn't want to come on too strong. So they bond over that. They talk about kids too, and they both want kids. Their biological clocks are ticking. Even though KG is a man, he realizes, look, I'm not gonna be this youthful for forever. So if we're gonna have kids, we need to do it. And of course, that's just music to Naya's ears. She's like, look, baby, I think I found the one. This date is so magnetic. Like, we're definitely going on another one. I am so interested to see how they go, how far they go. KG, please do not fuck this up, because I do feel like there is definitely some potential between the two of them, because they really connect with the earth and nature, and I really like that too. I like to just view nature like, oh my gosh, this is just a wonderful creation. Like, how is this even here? The beauties of the world. I just love their whole scene. It was cute. It was a whole vibe. Now we see old dude, and baby, I listed the man as old dude because I couldn't remember his name, but his name is Brian. So we see Brian sitting at the table with Alex and a whole bunch of other people. Jay was there too, and some other folks, child. But they're talking about abstinence. Now apparently Brian is really abstinent, and he's been abstinent for 40 days straight, even though prior to that he had some slip-ups. But, you know, he was just talking about discipline. He said once you get the sex out of the way, then you're able to really get to know the woman for who she really is. And Alex is eating it up because y'all know that she is practicing abstinence or celibacy. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. So she's like, oh my gosh, you know, he checking off my boxes, baby. She feeling it. And I thought that he was just talking shit when they were talking last week, and she was like, well, you know, I'm celibate. He was like, yeah, me too. I was like, this nigga just lying just so he could try to get in her panties. But obviously, he was telling some truth about that. So we get a scene where they're doing a group date, and it was Simone, David, Joy, Thickums, what's her name? Thick girl, Alicia, and Raymond. So, you know, he made this whole thing happen, and it really just was a time for us to get to know Simone, basically. As we know, on the cast meeting episode, she had daddy issues, and she was trying to work through those. She said that her ex was just like her dad, and that was like this profound moment for her, and she was like, oh my gosh, you know, my dad loved me, but he was real critical of me, and I felt like we needed to get therapy. I really appreciated this scene because it did give me more insight on who Simone is, and I could really get down with her once I realized that, you know, she just had her guard up because her dad was just so hard on her. All of that, you know, I look at you a little different, ma'am. Now, they were also talking about David, because David did say that Simone was disappointed because she was in the bottom. She said that she felt like she had made some connections, and David was like, okay, well, I mean, you feel that way, but when I was with you, I didn't feel like we were making a connection because of how you approached me. Like, your approach was off, and I already shared how I felt about that in the last review. And she was like, well, damn, you know, I felt like you was like one of my top picks. And he was like, well, I mean, yeah, it just wasn't the case. And Alicia goes and was like, well, you know, David, I was feeling the same thing with you. Like, you know, I was trying to get to know you, and you was just paying me dust. Girl, take that as it is. Like, he is not into you. Obviously, there's something about you that he's not into. So you just take that L and move along. And then Joy jumped in and was like, yeah, because, I mean, you give off this mysterious vibe. You had on a hat and the shades. And he was like, okay, well, there was other dudes who had hats and shades on, too. And she was like, well, yeah, they got called out, too. To me, I feel like y'all nitpicking because it was not that serious. It's Houston, Texas, okay? It's the South. It's hot as fuck. The sun is out. What's wrong with having a hat and shades on? Like, I understand if you're talking to somebody, you definitely want to look at them eye to eye, but I just felt like it was real nitpicky. I was just like, ugh, okay. And then while they was doing all of this, David did put his finger in Joy's face, and she was like, watch your finger. And, you know, he continued to do it, even though she expressed that she didn't like the fact that he did that. Now, that I can understand. Like, you could at least apologize for that. You were doing a little too much in that. I don't think he meant to, like, be disrespectful, because he was like, you know, I was coming back to you. That's what he was saying. But she took it offensively, and I feel like him not apologizing and him putting his finger down was a big no, because, I mean, sir, obviously you ain't listening to her when she said that she didn't like it. We also see that they took this time to interrogate Raymond about his 5 kids and where he is in life, and he was like, he's not looking for love, he's just looking for somebody to share love with. And he said that he's willing to have more kids, but baby, you need to tie up them damn balls, okay? You don't need to have no more kids. At the age of 52, you don't need to be willing to have no more seeds, sir. Don't be planting no more, okay? Because your garden is full. So we get down to this pool party because earlier in the episode, Brian and Rashid had decided to host a pool party. Brian said that the women need to wear thongs, and Rashid was like, I'll be the bodyguard or the lifeguard. For me, I was just like, okay, y'all sound lame as hell. Like, shut the fuck up. It was just annoying hearing them say that, like, ugh, get away, creeps. But they had a push-up competition, and Denise was looking at Anthony like, okay, and Winter was looking at him like that too. Like, okay, I didn't know you was packing all of that body yaddy, sir. So, you know, they got their eye on him. And Issa said, I'm really calling her Issa. Denise has an issue with Rashid because she just said that he has a narcissistic attitude about him, and she reminds her of somebody that she used to know. So she really ain't feeling him, and to be honest, he is kind of corny. And I was a little hard on Denise last week because of how she handled him initially, but the more that the episode had went on, I kind of identified with some of the things that she was saying. So, you know, she's not on my shit list this week. I'm able to turn shit around sometimes. But the women don't seem to like Rashid because later on that night they were talking with him, and he was bragging about how he goes to Nordstrom to get pajamas, and they all looking like, okay, nigga, we go to Walmart. Like, we don't need all that fancy schmancy shit that you trying to put in our face. And I think he is leading with that, you know. And they also said that at the end of the episode, okay, we know you do luxury cars, and we know that you go down to Nordstrom to buy your boxers and all this extra shit. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about that. Grown women are not impressed with that, sir. So you need to grow the fuck up. I didn't understand the whole point of that pool party. That pool party was here and gone at the blink of an eye. Like, okay, whatever. So we see that Khalfani and Denise are talking, and they really bond about some things that Denise wants to do outside of her current career. And this is what really made me change my perspective about her, because she has the bigger picture, okay? She wants to have a neighborhood that has its own farm and just their own resources, and kind of like some Black Wall Street type of shit. And I've always wanted to do this type of thing, not necessarily the farm. That was more so my mom's idea, but just Black people having their own resources. I am so on board with that shit. Like, I just feel like us Black people, we could do so much more than what we're doing right now if we just come together and just really get some shit done. But I don't want to dwell too much on that. But yes, this is just what made me look at her different. Khalfani is like, here we are again, you know, just breaking down these deep conversations. Like, I'm here for it. I'm feeling her. And I like them too. They both do workouts and all of that. I think that Denise looks really nice. She's like one of the best dressed women to me. I mean, last week that outfit was no, but just looking at her dress selections this episode, and he's a nice man, she's a nice woman, all of that. I like them together. Bottom line, I like them together. He said that, you know, the conversation just real natural. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, I feel like something was on my nose. I was a little nervous. So then we see that David and Thickums, I keep forgetting her damn name. Her name is Alicia. They playing pool. They having a conversation. And she was asking him, is he controlling? Like, you know, does he like to control his household and all of that? Yes, he does. And she was like, okay, well, since you like to be controlling, do you like to be responsible for everything? AKA coughing up the money and paying all the bills and all of that? And he was like, I mean, basically what he was saying was, yeah, but at the same time, I don't have no kids. You got 2 kids. So you want me to come in and take care of you and your kids. And I'm not really on that. And I understood what he was saying, okay? Because I look at it like this. And Alicia said that, you know, she feels like she needs somebody who understands what it means to have children. I feel like he understands wholeheartedly what it means to have children. I think he just kind of peeps that you're looking for somebody to take care of you and your kids rather than a partnership per se. That's just what I was getting. Like, girl, you're looking for a stepdad. You're looking for somebody to be, you know, just, she said that she was high maintenance. She said that early on in the episode. And I just feel like that's what she's really looking for. Somebody that's going to take care of her and her kids. And for somebody who doesn't have kids, it's like, look, I hope you know you're going to be coming off some money too, because I'm not about to be sitting here flipping the bill for you and your kids and you ain't doing nothing but sitting on your ass looking pretty. Like, that's not the case. So that rubbed her wrong, and I was with David like, girl, please, I just hope you know that you're going to be having to bring up some money for these kids too. Shit, they ain't mine. Yeah, where they daddies at? Shit, I can help, I can contribute, but where they daddies at? I also take that as David not being interested in her. Remember, she was already saying, you know, I tried to talk to you when you were swerving me, but he's just not interested in you. Everybody got their different types and all of that. He gave you a chance, but y'all just don't mesh, and just leave it at that. We have another group setting game, and they're all playing, what's that game that you built a tower of sticks and you pull from them? But it was a little twist because the logs had questions on them. You know, something real cute, something real light. The things that stood out to me was Denise was checking for Anthony. she said that he got that je ne sais quoi, like it's something that she really can't put her finger on, but it's something about him that she's feeling. Rashid and Adriana, they kiss, and then Brian and Alex kiss. So we're making some type of connections. I think that that's like the third time that I said connection, maybe fourth, but whatever. Drink, bitches. But but yeah, they kiss. So we're starting up something here. Now we see that Raymond and Adriana are talking, and remember last week he said that he really gets along with young girls because they don't really judge him or whatever the case. I don't really feel like out of all the type of women that are there that the young women need to deal with Raymond, because sis, no, you got your whole life ahead of you, okay? Don't be playing stepmom to some scattered children, okay? They might have baby mama drama and all of that. No, ma'am. I need you to find somebody else. Adriana, don't be, I mean, he's nice for conversation, but as they were talking, he actually shot himself in the foot because he was saying that he is more of a go with the flow type of person, and then he also said that, you know, we could play or act like we're married, and she was like, no, like these are red flags to me because, sir, I'm not a really go with the flow type of person. And also, if you're talking about marriage, it's not just a piece of paper. It's something that I want to enjoy and something that I want to definitely make happen. But Raymond was like, you know, I don't want to fake the funk with you. And she was like, okay, I understand that. But little does he know, that cost his ass in the end. So we get down to the deliberation. You know, the women come together and they have a conversation about who they're feeling and who they want to go home. We can just get down to it. The women are feeling Brian, Khalfani, Jay, Anthony, Rashid, and KG. No, I didn't run it down by who, you know, who like who, but shit, y'all seen the episode, y'all know who said what. But we get down to the bottom three, okay? Raymond, we already knew you was about to be back in the bottom three. You having kids of 5 is a problem. Your party of 5 is just baggage on baggage on baggage on baggage on baggage, okay? Don't nobody want to deal with 5 kids. You a musician, so you was going from state to state. We don't know where all these damn kids at, and some of these ladies just simply don't want to deal with all of that. Another person is David. Alicia brought him up saying that he is not going to be taking care of her kids, and then she was like, yeah, he came at all of us at the table. And I'm like, when? Maybe they edited that part out, but I didn't feel like he was coming for them. I felt like he was defending himself because Joy and Alicia had something to say about him. So he was just simply sharing how he felt in that moment. And then Joy co-signed and was like, yeah, I ain't like how he was pointing his finger in my face. Like I said, yes, baby, you should have handled that part. Totally different. And then we get down to Rashid. And Denise was like, baby, I'm not feeling him. He has that narcissistic way of him. You know, I've dealt with people like him before. It's that light-skinnedness. And remember, in a commercial, they tried to make it seem like that was going to be geared towards one of the females. But she was like, no, that's that light-skinned shit. That's that frat boy shit. You know, he's trying to be all flashy and shit. One of the girls, I think Winter, said that he was dry and that he was trying to buy them with all that flashy shit. Talk about he buys his pajamas at Nordstrom and all this. So the women are not feeling him. Adriana is in her feelings because she said early on, while they was talking about who they're into, she said that that's my man, okay? So y'all bitches need to back up. So she was like, oh my gosh, but he's not like that with me. And they're all like, girl, he's not going to be like that. We all have different opinions. So yeah, just because he's like this with you, that does not mean he's like this to us. We don't see him in the same light. So girl, no, we're not feeling his ass. And she was just like, oh my gosh, you know, this is my man. And y'all trying to send him home. Like, we got 2 people that need to go home. And out of 3, 2 of them are feeling Ray. And what's the name? Rashid. So she like, fuck. I mean, I'm worried. Now we get down to who about to go home, okay? Denise is talking to David, and she was like, you know, that whole you not providing for the entire family shit, that's costing you. And he was just like, I mean, but I ain't mean it like that. It got a little heated between them. And then we see that who else was talking to who? I don't know. Bottom line, the 2 people that went home was Raymond, which we already seen coming, right? And then David went home. And I felt like y'all made the wrong decision. I felt like Rashid needs to go home. Just, that's my personal preference, because I'm not feeling him as the episode was going on. I was just like, okay, like, yeah, you are kind of lame, sir. But They made the stupid decision of sending David home. I feel like he had more to give. I mean, he was talking to somebody that he really wasn't interested in, and she just looking for somebody to save her ass. I don't know. It's just something about her I don't like. I really wasn't feeling her last episode either, because she was just like, I don't know. She was, you sexy. You da-da-da. Like, she was real, like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I just don't like her. It's something about her I don't like. But anyway, y'all, that was the end of my review. That was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think about tonight's decisions on who went home. Let me know how y'all feel about the men, about the women. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.